So you want to improve your aim in Apex Legends, and you're not really sure how to do that. Maybe we should learn gun recoil. That's what we're doing. All right, so the first gun we're gonna look at the weapon recoil for is actually the EVA 8. It's the only shotgun we're gonna look at, and the only reason for that is because I want to show you that it also kind of makes an 8, so you really want to aim towards the center as best you can. I mean, duh. And what's interesting about the EVA is that at range, if you ADS or if you hip fire, you're gonna be dealing the same amount of damage. So you don't actually choke up at all when you're using the EVA 8, so keep that in mind when you're in a fight. There's almost no reason to actually ADS, unless maybe you're on control and you want that little extra aim assist. Just to kind of show you what I mean, I'm going to use the Mastiff here. So choked up, the Mastiff is going to deal 44 at this range, and without ADS, it's going to deal 22. All right, so next we're going to look at the Volt. This is the Volt's weapon recoil pattern. So it makes a kind of weird question mark. Basically, you're going to pull down, go a little bit to the right at the end. I wouldn't even really correct for this last little up section. I would just go down and then to the right at the very end of the clip. This is what that looks like against the dummy. Just like that. All right, so here's the devotion. So essentially what the devotion does is you're going to want to pull down to the right for the most part. So to counter this up to the left, you want to pull down to the right. And then you're going to want to pull a little bit more right and a little bit more down towards the end. A lot of these bullets are closer together, so you don't have to make as drastic of adjustments as you do when you first start shooting. So this is what that looks like. Just like that. Here's the Havoc. With the Havoc, you're going to want to basically just pull down, and then when you're getting to the end of the clip, you pull a little bit to the left. So let's go see what that looks like. So that's the Havoc's recoil pattern. All right, so this is the L-Star's bullet recoil. So what you're going to do here is you're going to pull a little to the right and then a little back and then straight down. We're going to skip the 30-30 repeater and the Wingman since their recoil patterns are essentially straight up, but we will grab the Spitfire. So if you played any of Season 8, you probably have already used the Spitfire, but this is what the recoil pattern is for the Spitfire. So what you want to do with the Spitfire is you want to go down to the right, left, and then down to the right. All right, so here we go. Just like that. Down to the right, left, down to the right. With the Hemlock, you're basically just going to pull down straight. And then the Flatline, let's test this one out. So here's Flatline. So the Flatline is pretty easy actually to control. You just pull down to the right, you go left for a second, and then you go down to the right again. For light weapons, we're going to start off with the RE45, which for the most part, you're just going to pull down to the left with this gun. Next up is the R301. Kind of makes this weird question mark thingy. So essentially, you're going to want to go down, left, right. Just like that. The R99. Pretty much with this thing, you're just going to want to pull straight down. All right, and here's the Alternator. So like the R99, this one's pretty easy to control. Just pull straight down. We're going to skip the P2020 and the G7. Basically, just pull down on these ones. And then for snipers, you're not going to have to worry about a whole lot. These pretty much just reset to where they were at before. But in case you do get it out of a crate, let's look at the Prowler's recoil pattern. This one's kind of tough to control. You're going to want to go down to the right and then kind of just go down to the left. It'll average it out. You'll miss a couple shots, but for the most part, think down to the right, down to the left. That was quick.